Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 54 of AEW All Elite Again, the TEW9 series. I'm Hijo de Amigo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? If you're watching this live on Twitch, you can read in the stream title that I completely forgot about the Revolution Rumble, which literally it's just the Royal Rumble, same exact concept, 30 man, over the top eliminations. Yeah, we did that last year. So we're gonna jump right into this. At the last Revolution we booked, we introduced that. Yeah, we had Kenny Omega won a Royal Rumble. So yeah, we're calling it the Revolution Rumble. Kenny Omega won it last year, and the prize for winning it was he got a world title shot in the main event of Double or Nothing. So we're just kind of wholesale stealing how WWE does it, where it's like, you win the Rumble and then you get your big match at WrestleMania. Yeah, we're doing it. You win the Revolution Rumble, legally distinct, and you get to main event Double or Nothing. So yeah, I totally forgot about that. So we're gonna have to go ahead and book that. We're just gonna do that right now. We're gonna pre-book it rather than sitting here and typing out names. We're gonna pre-book it so I can actually look at the roster and see who's available. Okay, let's see. All right, Royal Rumble, and the segment name is just going to be the Revolution Rumble. Should we start numbering them to make it a little different from WWE? Should we start numbering them so like people can say like the Revolution Rumble 2? Or well, then again, I guess you could just say the year, right? Just the 2021. All right, yeah. Scrap that. All right, it's a 30-man match. Let's see. I haven't thought about this. I believe in real life, it's like a new entrant comes out every 90 seconds, I want to say. So let's see, you got 30 people or 90 seconds, like a minute and a half times 30 people. That's like 45 minutes minimum. And then you do want it to go on a bit longer than that. You don't want the last person to come out and immediately get eliminated and the match is over. So how long can we make this? Can we get away with having a 55-minute match on our pay-per-view? I don't know, but we'll try. Also, because I forgot that we were gonna have to book this. So we're definitely gonna have to use people who are already wrestling on the pay-per-view. So yeah, that's fun. All right, we're gonna ignore all the pre-show stuff. AJ Styles versus Walter. Well, originally I wanted to open the main card of the pay-per-view of AJ Styles versus Walter, but now that I remembered about the Revolution Rumble, what I think we should do is, instead of this being War Games or Blood and Guts, maybe we can do this as maybe we can do it as Anarchy in the Arena and have it open the show. We could have Eddie Kingston cut a promo like, last time we fought you guys, we did it your way. We had a cybernetico or whatever the hell that is. This time we're gonna do it our way. We're gonna fight. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this to be the opening match. And it's not gonna be a War Games or Blood and Guts, but we're just gonna leave that for now. We'll figure out all the logistics later. All right, so we're opening with this AJ Styles Walter 2. AJ Styles and Walter, I feel like they both can definitely be in the Rumble. But yeah, they can definitely both be in it. MJF versus Brody Lee. See, that's interesting because the plan here, and this may be an ill-advised plan given Brody Lee's history in our save, but I was planning on just having him straight up beat MJF clean, potentially as a squash, I'm kind of toying with that idea of just having him fucking destroy MJF. Then maybe we could have MJF join the Rumble, try to like redeem himself in the eyes of Cody. Brody Lee though, I'm not too sure. Maybe not. Danielson and Swerve, I don't think they should be in it. I think they should just have their match. Also, yeah, now that we're doing this as a crazy match and we're gonna have a Royal Rumble, this probably doesn't need to be a street fight. If we ever do a third match between them, then they can do like whatever, like a Hell in a Cell or a strap match or a street fight or whatever. But for now, I think this might just be a regular match. All right, women are not in this, so it doesn't matter. But just so you guys know, she's gonna wrestle Bianca Belair. Kanto and Wagner probably gonna leave them out. Their match is happening pretty close to the Rumble. Same with like CM Punk, Kenny Omega, and the tag team finalists. And yeah, Cody obviously is not gonna be in it. Hangman is obviously not gonna be in it. All right, let's do this. All right, let's go. Do I want? Because John Moxley is like unbelievably over. I feel like the only people more over than him are like Cody and CM Punk. And I guess technically they would be in the opening match. So maybe we can have John Moxley and Eddie Kingston both be in the Rumble. All right, I'm throwing in John Moxley. Fuck it. I don't know. I already said that Kenny, Punk, Cody, Kento. None of these people are gonna be in it. Okay. AJ Styles definitely in. Andrade. See, that's an interesting one because we're kind of having like a for lack of a better term, they're Eddie Kingston, the Death Riders, and Rey Fenix are in a blood feud with Latin Mafia. So the current plan is to have the babyfaces win. So I feel like if Latin Mafia lost that big match, it would be weird if Andrade just no-sold it and came out in the Rumble. So I kind of think that we should just leave out all the Latin Mafia, which is kind of sad. And that's so many guys. But yeah, I think for now, we're not going to include. Maybe after we pick everybody, we might come back and change her. MJF, we'll put him in. Should Sting be in it? Oh, I didn't even consider Sting. Fuck it, we're throwing in Sting. Walter can definitely be in it. Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. They're probably gonna be like in a pre-show match. Same with Motor City Machine Guns. Claudio has a broken neck. I don't even know why he's here as an option. Nick Kingston, you get in there. Fergal. Jimmy Jacobs, definitely. Ray Phoenix, maybe. All right, but see, this is a little light on like big stars, you know. So yeah, I might have to go back on what I said and just have Penta and Andrade at least be in there. Pablo Cavanadio is. We only have him for one more appearance. I don't know if one match counts as an appearance, but he's gonna be in the international championship thing we're doing. Bandito, he's not on the card at all. He could be in. Do I want Brody Lee? This is a tough call. We'll come back. Brody King though, yes. Chris Hero, SCU, if I'm not going to use them on the pre-show, I guess they could be in. I keep changing what this match is supposed to be. It was going to be like Best Friends in SCU, and then I changed it to Motor City Machine Guns. This team over here, the Kingdom, Beer Money, and Minoru Suzuki. I kind of thought about putting FTR in instead. I'm unclear on what I'm doing. And because of that, we're just going to leave them out for now. We're just going to leave out SCU. We're going to leave out all the tag team wrestlers. Darby Allin, get your ass in there. Go get thrown out of the ring or something. Kenta, yeah. Lance Archer, yeah, you need a big guy in there. You definitely need a big guy or two. Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki may or may not be on the pre-show, but either way, I'm putting him in. Same with Zack Sabre Jr. I'm looking at Moose, but that's just reminding me. We're definitely gonna put Joe Doring in this. He's he's in that international eliminator thing. God, I can't keep up with my weird self-imposed rules. Psycho Clown, you're in. Punishment Martinez, sure. Tommaso Ciampa, why not? Alright, we've got 12 slots to fill, and we're down to unimportant. It's not a great sign. I mean, look, man, people can wrestle twice on one show, right? Right? Joe Doring, you're in. Evil. Don't want to do any Dark Order members actually. Maybe not. Because if Brody Lee's not in there, it'd be weird if Evil Uno was in. Ricky Starks can definitely be in. Brian Cage, one. Let's see. How about Orange Cassidy can be in? You know what? We might just have to start throwing in some tag guys. All right, let's get Chris Daniels in there. Let's get Chuck Taylor in. We have so many extra slots. All right, you know what? Yeah, these are just 3 Latin Mafia guys too. That's so funny. All right, we're gonna get Andrade and Penta. Ortiz is a star. That's insane, actually. All right, whatever. I'm overthinking this. Let's just get some filler guys in here. Let's get Chris Hero. Let's get. All right, Shingo. Did I put Pac in? Yeah, let's get Pac in there. Kind of weird to have all of the Death Riders in, but whatever, man. Only 2 more. Okay.
This is a stupid dope mix.
Oh, let's do. Let's get Ray Phoenix in since we put Penta in. Last guy. Just one of the Young Bucks. No. Santana is hurt. I don't know why he's even here as an option. I keep hovering over Swerve and wanting to put him in, but I feel like he's kind of in a blood feud with Daniel Bryan, and I imagine they're gonna have a pretty intense match. So I'm kind of avoiding putting either of them in the Rumble. Let's get the Timothy Thatcher. All right, there you go. That's 30 people. This is definitely subject to change. I just have to check that if my laptop was plugged in. All right, so tentatively, this is what we're doing. Now that we've filled out the field, so to speak, let's get to the more important stuff. Who is winning this thing? Whoever wins it is main eventing our next pay-per-view, right? And spoilers, we're definitely gonna have Adam Page win the championship from Cody. So whoever wins this is gonna wrestle Adam Page at the next pay-per-view. I mean, I feel like the two big, like, obvious options in my head are either Walter or John Moxley. They're both heels, technically, even though John Moxley is kind of a tweener the way we book him. Also, if we do Walter, it would actually be a rematch of their match for the first AEW Prime Championship. So that's some history we can play off of. You know, I'm thinking we're gonna give it to Walter. I think he definitely is a guy who can main event a pay-per-view. We've proven in the past that him and Adam Page can have a great match. So yeah, for those reasons, congratulations, Walter. You've done it. You're the man. You're winning the Revolution Rumble. All right, and now I'm definitely not going to go through and do every single elimination, but I would like to do the final four. I think that's fair. I actually checked last time. I went on YouTube and had to look up the episode. The final four for the last Revolution Rumble we did was Kenny Omega, who he won the Rumble. It was Kenny Omega, MJF, Adam Page, and one other person. I forget who. You actually can't remember who it might have been Walter, actually. Yeah, that was our final four last time. Yeah, let's see, who should it be this time? I feel like John Moxley's super over, so he should make it far. But do I want him in the final four? Is the question. I kind of feel like AJ Styles should be in, because again, this is even more spoilers. I was gonna have Walter just fucking beat AJ Styles and he'd become the #1 contender that way. But now that we're planning on having him win the Rumble, I think we're gonna have AJ Styles win their match, and then maybe Walter can eliminate him in this, get revenge, and win the Rumble. All right, so who else could it be? We got Walter as a heel, AJ Styles babyface. Eddie Kingston could be an interesting Final Four option. What if we do 28 elimination Andrade, 27 Betty. All right, so there you go. Rate my final four: Walter, AJ Styles, Andrade, and Eddie Kingston. Kind of weird. Leaving out Moxley, but see, in my head, I imagined that maybe we could do a moment where Eddie Kingston eliminates John Moxley. You know, because we have technically booked John Moxley to, or well, he didn't beat him twice. He beat him once, and then the second match went to double DQ. Anyways, we're gonna leave it like this for now. We don't have to like finalize this. The match isn't until like we've got 2 more weeks till we get there. So yeah. All right, I'm glad we got that out of the way. One more thing. Oh well, Shiri is gonna going to be leaving to train for an MMA fight in March. It's not the thing I wanted to talk about, but I just kind of noticed it here. In storyline, I want to do a thing where MJF, because obviously, like MJF and Cody are kind of beefing with the evil order, the Dark Order. So I want MJF to do a thing where he's gonna get even more security. So if that being said, let's go make some contract offers. The first one is going to be to why can't I not remember this guy's name? I'm picturing his face in my head. He is Samoan. I want to say. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I should remember this guy's name. I'm gonna get to him, and you guys are gonna be like, "How the fuck did he forget him?" All right, where are you at, guy? Come on. Jeff Cobb. There we go. He's Hawaiian. Jeff Cobb. How did I forget him? He's loyal to New Japan, but he's not actually in New Japan. So we are going to bring him in. He's working like a bunch of indie companies right now. I don't know if I should just bring him in on an exclusive contract or maybe just like a written deal. He is pretty good, but he's also 38 and pretty banged up, it looks like. We're just gonna give him an exclusive written. Fuck it. I'm overthinking it. Here you go. All right, 2 years. All right, no house shows for you. Even I'm pretty sure we don't even do house shows, but no house shows. All right, so that's the new security guy number 1, and number 2, Josh Alexander. He's pretty big, 6'1", 240. I think he'd make a very intimidating security member. So yeah, we're gonna get him too. Damn, he's not even active in the US. Damn. Was he not in TNA by 2021? Josh Alexander is younger, so we're gonna give him a 3-year contract. All right. All right, I think that's it for stuff we want to do before the show. Let me just double check. Okay, no, I have to remember for next week's Collision to borrow Ishii. All right, but now that I've said Ishii, it's time for Collision. After this loading screen. All right. It's February 15th. Where did we go last? Let's see. Okay, we're in the Southwest recently. I haven't been to the Mid-South since December, which isn't that long, but yeah, let's go back here. And we're gonna draw 13,000. Wow. Oh, wait, no. Oh. Let's go to Kansas. All right, we're getting pretty close to the pay-per-view. Can we please get a couple of creative finishes? And maybe we'll try for an angle idea too. All right, that was a bad finish. But they're just warming up. So let's try an angle, please. A near certainty for CM Punk? Sure. That is useful. Okay. That counts. And a bit of a gamble. Okay. Speaking of CM Punk, I only watched like a tiny bit of SummerSlam. I caught the ending of the Liv Morgan Io Shirai match, and I was watching there was a 6-man tag. It was like the Usos and Jacob Fatu versus Powerhouse Hobbs, LA Knight, and somebody else. I forgot who. But yeah, that's all I watched. But I did see that clip of CM Punk's moonsault. Yeesh. Yeesh. Dude, completely missed. Completely missed. And then pinned anyways. Oh man, that shit was awesome. All right, collision in Kansas. All right. Oh yeah, we're main eventing this episode of John Moxley versus Penta. Why? I just decided we are. Well, I mean, yeah, we had Moxley kind of promo basically telling Phoenix like, "Hey, I'm gonna kick your brother's ass just on Dynamite." So I think that's a fair. That counts as an announcement, right? All right, John Moxley versus Penta. Um. All right, we'll see. I feel like this is going to be our main event, which means I was thinking of making this a storytelling match just now, but I kind of yeah, it's our main event, so maybe we don't do that. So here, let's give them like a good 18 minutes. We're gonna have John Moxley go over. Sorry, Penta. We're gonna do interference. So John Moxley will be attacked by. Let's do Ortiz. Then we're gonna do outside interference finish when Penta is attacked by a returning Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's back. The last time we saw him, he got his arm broken by Penta. So he's back. He's got a big cast on his like forearm and arm. Well, yeah, he's gonna run up and he's gonna bash Penta with his cast, Bob Orton style. Any Bob Orton fans out there? Any 70-year-olds in the chat? Bob Orton catching a stray for no reason. All right, Eddie Kingston's gonna return, help John Moxley get the win. Yeah. And since we're on this, we're going to book a show closing angle. 2 minutes. Eddie Kingston's back and he's fighting. What else would he be doing? John Moxley is fighting. Pac is going to run out from the back and fight. Shingo is going to run out. Virgil Devitt. I don't know why they weren't at ringside, but whatever. They're all running out from the back. Ray Phoenix is here. All right. We got Penta fighting. Ortiz is here. Black Taurus is here. Garza Jr. is here. Umberto is here. Do I want to do Demonic Flamita? Then the baby faces would be outnumbered. Whatever. Demonic Flamita's here. Don't worry about the logistics of the fight. Andrade's here, but he's not fighting. He's working the crowd. He's kind of being a bit of a coward. He doesn't want to actually get in there and mix it up with the Death Riders. He's just at ringside, pissed that Eddie Kingston is back. He's seething at ringside. He's doing his best Edge impression. All right, second part, 3 minutes. We're gonna call this storyline development. Paced workers. Man, we're gonna have to make all these people not fight. Damn it. All right, but yeah, Eddie Kingston is going to grab a microphone, and we're gonna have this be where he's gonna challenge Latin Mafia to a fight at the pay-per-view. We're gonna say that he just says he challenges them to a fight, so that way we can figure out what kind of match style we want to do then. John Moxley, you can just crowd. This is Eddie's moment. Okay. Is Anarchy in the Arena even a is that even a match type we could use if I actually wanted to? I guess that would just be Falls Count Anywhere, right? So yeah, we might just have them do a Falls Count Anywhere match. All right, did I miss anyone? Oh, Ray Phoenix. All right, there we go. And that is going to be our big show closing angle. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, we were supposed to book this on fucking Dynamite. Whoops. All right, not anymore. Not anymore. Whoops. All right, not anymore. There we go. All right, all is well. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think this is why we're going to book it on Dynamite. The Young Bucks are taking on the Fozz tonight. Damn, damn, that should definitely be its own main event. Fuck. No. Oh man, I booked all this. I can't like save it for later, right? Oh man. Can we maybe like do a swappy swap? Yeah, what if we just move the Young Bucks versus the Fozz to Dynamite, and we do the Best Friends versus the Kingdom on this show, and then we move. Oh well, we can't move the Young Bucks versus FTR, or we can. All right, that might just be what we do. All right, here, I'm gonna do this so I don't confuse myself and actually accidentally book the match again. All right, Young Bucks Fatu is delayed. All right, situation handled. Best Friends versus the Kingdom was always meant to be on this show. This is the way it was meant to be. All right, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta versus Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. You know, I imagine these two teams would have a really good match. Like I feel like these guys could all do a good bit of comedy, and they can all kind of go. Especially like the Kingdom, they get a bad rep, but like when they were actually being booked in AEW, I don't know if they even still work there. I always thought they had solid matches. Anyways, we're gonna have this be our storytelling match. And I'm tempted to not check my notes, but I'm gonna check them anyways, just to be thorough. I don't want to make any silly mistakes now. Um. Oh, okay. Well, it's actually I don't know. I got so confused just now looking at my own notes. But yeah, it's a good thing I checked them because I was about to just book the Kingdom to win, but apparently it's going to the best friends. Shout out to notes. We're gonna do Flash Pinfall. So maybe the story of the match is like that the Kingdom are in control of the match, they're winning, but they get overconfident and lose focus, and Chuck Taylor's able to score a quick small package. So yeah, womp womp. These guys blow it. Let's go ahead and all right, what's up next? I've also got Death Riders versus the Briscoes. Wow. It's a busy night for Pac and Shingo, man. They're gonna have to face the Briscoe brothers and then they're gonna get into a brawl. Sheesh. Yeah, that's a rough night. All right, let's get Show Me Mark and Jay. All right, give me Pac and Shingo. Man, if you saw like these guys in a match on an indie card in like let's say like 2011, they would have stolen the show for sure. All right, B block action. We're gonna give them a full 15, and we're just gonna tell them to steal the show. We're gonna have them cook. All right, once again, I pull out my notes that you guys can't see, and I'm checking, and it looks like the Briscoe brothers are going over. All right. Whoops. Here, let's add some intrigue to the match. Let's have I don't know why I pronounced it like that, intrigue. Let's have Pac be distracted by Ortiz. So Ortiz also making the rounds tonight. He's out here distracting the Death Riders in their tag team match against the Briscoe brothers. And he's also attacking Jon Moxley during his match. Ortiz is not playing around tonight. He's on duty. He's on the clock. Okay, and I'll the only other thing I have planned is Cody 316 says, I just gave Hangman CTE. Yeah, Cody's gonna cut a promo about how he fucking brained Hangman Page with a chair last week. When was that even? Was that on Collision? Or was that... Oh no, yeah, that was on Dynamite. So less than a week ago, we had Adam Page just take a chair shot to the head, unprotected. We were like, hey man, you think you could just eat this? And he was like, yeah man, no problem. All right, Cody Rhodes, we're just gonna give him 6 minutes. Let's do character development. Cody Rhodes. Let's get MJF there. He's not going to do any speaking, but he's just going to be there in the background. Tom Lawler is there. Jonah Rock is there. Brandy doesn't need to be there. Oh, and of course, he's talking about Adam Page. Can't forget that. Let's see. Do I want? Oh, okay, yeah, because we're gonna do a promo where the Dark Order protect Hangman, but that's gonna be on Dynamite. So you know what? Yeah, I think this is just going to be straight up a 6-minute Cody segment, and that's it. No, Dark Order is not gonna come out. Hangman Page is not gonna come out. It's just gonna be a promo. Party 316, etc. You guys heard me say it the first time. And actually though, did I put? Let me see. Oh, I added only Ultramantis Black to the storyline, but not Brody Lee. That's kind of funny. All right, well, we'll put Ultramantis Black off screen. And actually, yeah, why isn't Brody Lee in the storyline? Also, MJF. Forgot to save that. All right. All right, so we still got 52 more minutes of show to book. Okay. So what other matches are we building up to at the pay-per-view? Of course we're doing tag league stuff. I like how I've left this blank as though you guys can't put together who is clearly winning based on who's left off the card. But anyways. I want Wagner to he's gonna have a singles match, I believe, on Dynamite. So yeah, probably not gonna do that. Let's see, what did we do on Dynamite? All right, Hannah Kimura retained the title against Awesome Kong. It's a tag league match. I think this is a tag league. Yeah, this is a tag league match. Oh wait, no. Yeah, was there just 3 tag league matches on this show? I guess. Okay. And Adam Page beat Tracy Williams. We also had Bryan Danielson's promo. Andrade, Mox. All right, well, Hannah Kimura defended her title successfully at on the last show, so we're gonna give her a promo and we're gonna have her be interrupted by Trish Stratus. Because yeah, we're trying to build towards Trish Stratus, who will be managing Bianca Belair against her. We're trying to build to Hannah versus Bianca. All right, let's do 3 minutes in the ring. We'll do character. We'll get Hannah Kimura out there. We'll get Kaylee Ray out there too. She's finally back. Or she wasn't gone, but she's finally recovered from her chronic upper back pain. All right, and we're gonna do Awesome Kong off screen because she's talking about how she beat her and how she's the women's champion, etc. She's celebrating herself. And we're gonna do part 2 minutes. Tease. All right, go. Got Trish Stratus coming out. We're not like, we don't have Trish officially managing Bianca yet, so we're not gonna have Bianca Belair come out, and we're not even gonna put her off screen. This is the kind of promo where essentially Trish Stratus is gonna come out and be like, oh, like, you know, I finally get to meet the women's champion, Hannah Kimura, and she's gonna kind of be fake nice to her and passive aggressive, and Hannah Kimura is gonna see right through that shit and basically be like, look, Trish, I know you were a great champion in the past, but I'm the champion now. So if you want to face me, all you have to do is ask. And Trish is gonna be like, look, don't kid yourself, kid. If we got in the ring, I'm sure that I could still beat you. I could still embarrass you. But lucky for you, I'm actually retired from in-ring competition. But I know somebody who isn't, and maybe you'll be seeing. Yeah, Trish Stratus is very formal. Hey, Mariners writing. Welcome to the stream. I'm narrating a Trish Stratus Hannah Kimura promo. Let's see. Yes, I too have been playing so much TEW. I've been playing it every weekend, or at least most weekends, for about a year now. And I mean, before I even started streaming it, I was also I had a Seaverse save going for a while. We don't have an angle idea for this, so I hope it just does well. I hope it organically does well. All right, I want to get a women's match on the card. Well, Kaylee Ray's not injured anymore, so what if we just have what if we remove her from this? She doesn't really need to be here. And just have Kaylee Ray wrestle a singles match. I only remove her from the first part. Not local. Let's do bar. Kelly Klein's the women's world champion in ROH, but I'm tempted to just job her. Oh well, you know what? Actually, Katarina is leaving soon. We should have her job as much as we can until then. Yeah, she's gone like next week. All right, Kaylee Ray, here's your big collision match. All right. Let's see what else is going on. This time I got an 88. Damn. Oh, hey, you know what? I think we still need a wild brawl. Yeah. AJ Styles is pissed at Walter for hurting Will Ospreay. Maybe we just have AJ Styles, if he can brawl, have a wild brawl against probably Timothy Thatcher. He can brawl. Mercedes versus Tony versus Alexa Bliss and a tank. Damn. That sucks. Hey, I booked Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega and they got a 70, dude. Sometimes you just don't know with TEW. Ironically, the reason the match bombed so hard is because I put CM Punk on commentary and let's see if I remember them all. We got penalized because he had bad chemistry with All right, CM Punk had bad chemistry with Ian Riccaboni. That's one. Him being on commentary made it so that the commentary team had low experience. So that's two. The creative finish failed. That's three. And I feel like there was at least like one or two more penalties. But yeah, that match got yeah, we got fucked over hard. Major scamming. All right, AJ Styles, Wild Brawl. He's gonna win. Do I dare? Do I dare put a wrestler on commentary after what has happened to us? Do I dare? Yeah, we're gonna do. Walter's not even that great, actually, though. Whatever, we're doing it anyways. Walter's on commentary. We should probably open with this match. All right, we only need to book 20 more minutes. I'm gonna start putting some stuff in order, so I want this to be the second match. Or actually, you know what? I don't want the Death Riders match right before the John Moxley match, so we're gonna actually have this be the second match. We need a couple. We definitely need some more promos. Yeah, Walter has had two of your top four matches. I feel like that's the same in my save. Because I don't remember exactly our. Well, I know our top two matches are Kento Miyahara versus Walter, and then Kento Miyahara versus Zack Sabre Jr. But I'm pretty sure there's like in the top 10, Walter is in there multiple times. He's just good, and I mean that's pretty true to life, right? All right, 4 minutes backstage. We're gonna do a tease. This is gonna be a Latin Mafia promo. So we're gonna have Andrade speak. Penta will be in the background. I might do a separate 1 minute. Actually, yeah, let's do that. We're gonna do 3 minutes and then a separate 1 minute part just so Penta can say his catchphrase. All right, we gotta add everyone in this group to this promo. They didn't all need to be there, but I started adding them and I was like, well, I'm already doing it. Let's just get them all in. All right, Latin Mafia promo. Andrade is speaking. He's talking about John Moxley and how John Moxley is such a fool for challenging Penta and yada yada yada. You're gonna end up just like your friend Eddie Kingston. Ray Phoenix sucks. All right, yeah, I think I covered all the bases. All right, I guess we'll call this second part hype. It's literally just a second part for Penta to hit the Cero Melo. All right, yeah, and this actually coming after the Death Riders match makes a lot of sense. So yeah, we'll do that. We need 16 more minutes still. Okay. We should probably do like a Dark Order promo. I'm debating. I kind of want to give them like wins at some point because I'm planning on doing on the go home show to the pay per view. I'm planning on doing Adam Page teaming with the Dark Order versus I wrote Cody, MJF, and Jonah Rock, but you know, since we're bringing in or trying to bring in Jeff Cobb, it might be Jeff Cobb. But yeah, I kind of want to give these guys wins, but I know they're both unimportant. I don't know. Maybe we'll have them pick up some wins on Dark actually. All right, but anyways, let's give them a promo. We'll call this serious. Adam Page off screen. Cody off screen. Ultraman is black. You know what? Actually, no. We're gonna have Brody Lee cut this promo. So yeah, hopefully this doesn't bomb. I mean, well, it's gonna be tying into the world title storyline, which is hot. So hopefully that helps it out. Cause see, one of the issues we had of him before is that the storyline we had him in was so cold that no matter what we booked, everything just got penalized and did bad. So yeah, hopefully we can avoid that now. All right. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Chris Brooks, and Tracy Williams. Let's also do MJF. All right, but you know they're like a spooky group. So they can't just straight up talk about what they're talking about. They have to make weird allusions and metaphors and talk about it like discreetly. But yeah, they cut a spooky promo about Adam Page and Cody. They can't just come out and cut a promo and be like, Cody Rhodes, would you hitting him with a chair was bad and mean. They can't do that. All right. Well, you know, we're doing oh, that's so funny. I did a segment hyping up the Bucks versus the Fatus on hyping it up for Collision, but then we changed it. That's funny. I was about to say we should just have one of these teams cut a promo. So yeah, let's do the Young Bucks. I feel like we haven't had a solo Young Bucks promo in a minute. Call this foreshadowing. I feel like we haven't used a single interviewer this whole show. Renee Paquette, how you doing? All right, I'm Renee Paquette here with the Young Bucks. Talking about the Fatus. Oh, I hit JI looking for Jimmy. It's it's Jonathan and Joshua. I gotta get used to that. You started a save in 2025. You know what's funny about that actually? Before I started this AEW series, I think I also did like a January 2025 save. And one of the only things I remember about that save is that because I believe in that save, it's like Pentagon's gone already, and you only have Ray Phoenix. So I turned him heel and had him join whatever Andrade and Rush's group is called. Oh, I had him join LFI, so that's basically what I've done in this save, except with Penta instead of Phoenix. Yeah, I'm reusing ideas. Oh, the Young Bucks also have to wrestle FTR. Okay, so we're gonna add them to the promo too. So yeah, maybe after they talk about how much of a dream match it'll be for them to wrestle the Fatus and how they've been waiting for so long for this, Renee Paquette is like, oh, and then after that, you're also going to be facing FTR in the tournament. They're like, oh yeah, FTR, yeah, those guys. Oh man, it sucks that we got to keep wrestling them. A WWE save was too much TV. What do you mean? You don't want to book Raw and SmackDown and NXT and main event and Speed and Evolve and that's not too much. NXT Level Up. What is that actually? I don't think I've ever seen that, but I feel like I've heard that thrown around. NXT Level Up. Is that a real thing? Did I make that up? We'll put this before the Dark Order stuff. All right, we need 10 more minutes. This is unusual that I'm at such a loss for how to fill these 10 minutes. Brian Danielson cut a solo promo last time. Did we have CM Punk or Swerve cut a promo? Maybe they can just like respond. Oh, wait. I know exactly what we need to do. We never announced the Revolution Rumble. Whoops. All right, here's what we're going to do. 3 minutes backstage, hype. All right, Tony Khan. Maria. Um, yeah, this can be 2 segments. All right, Tony Khan is backstage with Maria Kanellis, and he announces that the Revolution Rumble is returning in 2 weeks at AEW Revolution. 30 elite wrestlers will compete for a chance to main event Double or Nothing in a world title match. All right, and then this is a perfect time. We have plenty of time on the show left, so even though it makes no sense for this to be a 3-minute promo, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Sting show up and announce that he's in it, that he's in the Rumble. And we'll have Sting make mention of Cody and Hangman and basically say, like, you know, whether the champion is my is my old friend Cody Rhodes, who I know really well and I would love to meet in the ring again, or my better friend Adam Page, I'm coming to win this thing, etc. Woo. Oh yeah. Right, the first entrant, it's Sting. All right, boom, there you go. 4 more minutes. We didn't give AJ Styles a promo. I think I'm gonna give him a quick 3-minute promo after his match. I don't know. We'll call this character. All right, keep it nice and simple. AJ Styles is talking about Walter. You know, and we're announcing all pay-per-view matches. Maybe in this promo, AJ Styles just basically says, like, you know, I didn't ask to wrestle Timothy Thatcher. You know, I don't care about Axel. But Walter, you and me, we've got business to settle. This is far from over. And once again, we cannot tag Will Ospreay because he's not here. But yeah, also we'll just pretend that AJ Styles, he's, you know, the entire point of this storyline is that he's like, you know, that young man had such a bright career ahead of him and you took it away from him. You broke his neck. Meanwhile, AJ Styles, or I mean, Will Ospreay, he actually just main evented the last ROH pay-per-view in the save. I mean, all right, so that's an AJ Styles promo, and now we're gonna have a Walter promo responding to that later in the show. Walter character development. He's talking to Melissa Santos. Timothy Thatcher and Axel are here. Timothy Thatcher licking his wounds. I swear, nobody ever said licking your wounds as much as Triple H did. The way he said it, you would think that that's like a common phrase, but no, just him. He just likes to say that. All right, so in this promo, we're gonna have Walter kind of downplay AJ Styles' challenge and be like, you know, we've already seen the outcome when me and him get in the ring. I don't think that we do have unfinished business, AJ. I think our business is quite over. However, Walter is also going to say he's interested in the Revolution Rumble. A Walter promo before this match. Did we not book a John Moxley promo? Holy shit. Yeah, we didn't. All right, let's book a John Moxley promo. And I also didn't manage to get Punk. Oh well, we had Don Callis cut a big promo on Dynamite. All right, that's fine then. That's fine. As long as they're not missing like 2 shows in like a full week, I'm okay with it. All right, so yeah, I guess they're missing this episode for some reason. Four minutes backstage. Storyline. I don't know. We haven't used surprise. This is definitely not a surprise, but we haven't used it yet. So, John Moxley. All right, and we'll have them talking to Melissa Santos as well. All right, this is John Moxley. Not only is he responding to the Andrade promo from earlier, he's also kind of like annoyed that Latin Mafia got involved in Pac and Shingo's match. So yeah, he's really gonna take it to Penta. There's actually enough time for us to give him 6 minutes, so we'll do just that. All right, there you go. 124 minutes, 63%. This is a fully booked episode of Dynamite. Let me just go through and make sure everything is in order. Yeah, you know what? This looks good to me. Our last show got an 88. Before that, we did an 82 Collision. The 82 Collision was the one with Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. That's so sad. I don't know. I think John Moxley and Penta are going to have a solid match, so I'm gonna guess an 86. We're shooting for an 86. Let's go. No pre-show matches. All right, we're kicking off the show hot with a Cody promo. 93. Cody 316 says, "I just gave Hangman Page brain damage." All right, thank you, Cody. Yeesh. All right. In a decent wild brawl, we had AJ Styles go over Timothy Thatcher, and I got a 67. To be fair, I imagine a wild brawl. It's not AJ Styles' not a strong suit. It is Timothy Thatcher's strong suit, so I'm surprised he only got a 55. But whatever, man. 67. Oh damn! And the AJ Styles promo afterwards only got a 58. That's interesting. Don't like that at all. Oh wow! All right. In B block tournament action, we have apparently an incredible match between the Briscoe brothers and the Death Riders team of Pac and Shingo, where the Briscoe brothers managed to get the win after Ortiz distracted. He distracted Pac. So I imagine it would be the kind of thing where maybe Ortiz provides the distraction, but the Briscoe brothers don't even see him. He's not. They don't know that they had help to get the win. They're just wrestling because they wouldn't want to win that way. They're faces. But anyways, yeah, amazing man. All right, and a strong promo from Latin Mafia gets an 80. All right, great work from Andrade and Penta. I've been wanting to change this Black Taurus picture. I gotta remember to do that after the show. All right, and now we've got the announcement of the Revolution Rumble. You guys already know what it is. I've talked about it so much in this episode. And Sting is the #1 person announced for the match. So yeah, it's gonna surprisingly got an 85. The part with Maria talking did a lot better than the part with Sting. That's actually so funny. Yeah, shout out to Maria carrying this fucking promo. Ooh, man. All right. 68 promo. We got Hannah Kimura celebrating that she is still the women's champion. And then we've got Trish Stratus coming out and talking a little smack, and it gets to 68. Hannah Kimura got 2 penalties. Apparently, she did not do well in either part. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this might have been too long of a promo for her, honestly. All right, but that's okay. We'll move on. All right, and a returning Kaylee Ray takes on Katarina Waters in a singles match and gets a 62. All right, not really Not much to say about this one, honestly. Okay, next up, we got a promo from the Young Bucks. They're talking to Renee Paquette, and they're hyping up their next tournament match against the Fatus, Jonathan and Joshua. They're calling it a dream match. And they're saying they can't wait. They've also got FTR on the horizon. So yeah, a couple of big matches coming up for these guys. The Dark Order promo got a 68. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's that bad of a promo. So yeah, thank you, Brody Lee. Yeah, we're bringing back the Dark Order. We're doing it. We're bringing them back. Ooh, I don't like this as much. Best friends defeat the Kingdom in a storytelling match, and it only gets 68. I'm a little disappointed. I thought I was here talking about how I imagined these guys would have a really good match. But I guess the game didn't agree with me. All right. All right. Kind of a mid promo from Walter. He announces that first, yeah, he kind of, I forgot to put AJ Styles in the promo. God damn it. Well, yeah, maybe that's why it didn't do bad, or it didn't do well. Jesus Christ, man. Speaking of bad promos, me. All right, here comes Jon Moxley to save the day. 95 promo. Jon Moxley is fed up. He's tired of the Latin Mafia. He's tired of their dastardly ways. He's about to go beat the shit out of Penta. Let's see. 81. Wow. All right. Wrestling rating 86 and the match only getting an 81. A little disappointing. But still, good match. And yeah, we had the return of Eddie Kingston during this match. All right, and then we close out the show with a big brawl and Eddie Kingston laying down a challenge for the pay-per-view. He challenges Latin Mafia to a big old fight. It's an 83. An 89. All right. This episode was definitely a mixed bag. Our best match was this Briscoes Death Riders tag match, so it definitely should have been higher on the card. I don't. Well, I wanted to have space between this match and the Jon Moxley singles match. That's why. But yeah, that was our best match, and we had some really good promos that definitely carried the show. So yeah, good show. 89. All right, made some money. Game pop in the Maritimes in Quebec. We're getting really over in Europe, man. We need to. I feel like once we get past this pay-per-view, we need to actually sit down and start making plans about going to Europe or Japan, maybe. 'Cause yeah, we're getting over in all these places. Right. Let's see. Evolve offering him a 2-year exclusive written? What? Okay. What? Where are these indie companies getting this kind of exclusive contract money from? Is what I want. What's going on here? All right, so we're just gonna bump this offer up, I guess, to like, I don't know. Let's do 24, maybe. All right, there we go. All right, easy peasy. There's only 30 days remaining on the contract with the Butcher. I really liked Butcher and Blade in real life. I say past tense because I think I believe they've left WWE, or not WWE, AEW already. But I definitely don't book him much. I don't know. I might just let them walk. Yeah, I might just let this expire. As much as big of a fan as I am of these guys, I just, I don't use them. Doesn't make sense keeping them around, especially not on an exclusive contract. 2 million people watch Collision. Oh, Andrade burying Trent Beretta. That's random. Okay. Jesus, man. He saw that best friends versus the Kingdom match, and he was like, who are these guys? Best friends? Who are these guys? Oh wow, WWE had an 85 Raw. They're man, we're super popular right now. But I feel like WWE is kind of catching up to us. For a while, it seems like their popularity had gone down, but I feel like they're just gaining it all back, which sucks for us. Oh, well, actually, no, we're still like 10 points ahead of them. All right. Well, we still can't get too comfortable. Let's move on. I just hired the Rascals and sent them to ROH, and they're planning on splitting up only Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, not the other guy. Whatever, man. Just sure, whatever you want to do. I guess that makes sense. Kodabushi going to Stardom. Ooh. The Blades contract also coming up. Let's take a look at his stats also. Yeah, I mean they're both like decent. They're both like decent enough, but I'm not about to invest in them and try to get them over when they're both they're both 40 years old. No offense to any 40-year-olds out there. Go ahead and get this out of here so I don't get confused like I did earlier. We got a couple of things for this Dynamite. I think we're gonna take a quick break actually, and then when I come back, we're gonna book some Dynamite, and then we're gonna book a couple of episodes of Dark. So if you're enjoying this, please like the video, leave a comment if you so choose, and please subscribe to the channel. All right, I will be right back. Okay, we're back. And they're without delay. Let's get right into the show. All right, where were we last time? In the Midwest, I believe. All right, so yeah, let's do, oh wait, no. Where the hell were we? Oh, in the Mid-South. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna stay in the Mid-South for now. And we were in Kansas, so let's move over to let's go to North Texas. The Dickies Arena. All right, please game. A near certainty right here. A safe bet. That's pretty good. That's close. Shoot for the stars. You might miss. Hey, another safe bet. All right. Can we get an angle, please? A near certainty for Kento Miyahara. We can find a use for that for sure. Thank you, game. That's useful. Can we get a near certainty for Hana Kimura, please? A near certainty. Okay, that's fine. That counts. All right, that was an all-time booking team meeting. Thanks, guys. Evil Uno brought pizza for the entire locker room. There's like 130 dudes back there, plus like camera people and the people that set up the ring. Like, how much fucking pizza did he buy? Dude got like a catering truck to pull up with like 50 pizzas. Jesus, man. All right, Dax Harwood has a idea for a creative finish. Okay. Davina ran some training drills, as did Cody. All right, it's Dynamite. We're wasting no time. We're getting right down to the nitty gritty. Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, are going to be taking on Jonathan and Joshua, the Fatus, in a dream match, a tag team dream match, a block action, of course. Okay. So I don't even have to look at the chart. I know exactly what the finish of this match is. They are going to go 20 minutes. And the winner is... It's a draw. We're going to have them go to a time limit draw. No winner. Let's see. We're... time limit finish. There we go. All right, yeah, so this is the first time meeting between these two teams. We're for sure gonna revisit this match at some point outside of the tournament. But yeah, for their first meeting, we're gonna have them just go a full 20 minutes. And unfortunately for the fans, that's all the time they had. No title on the line. Thank you. This is most likely going to be our main event. All right. Lower on the card, we've got Beer Money versus Latin Mafia. All right, let's get James Storm in there. And Bobby Roode. That took me a second. Taking on Ortiz and Black Rose. Again, this is another one. I don't even need to look at the chart for this. I know Latin Mafia is going over. I was tempted to have maybe do a thing where like the Death Riders cost them the match, like they just cost the Death Riders their match, but if I'm looking at my chart now, let's see, Latin Mafia. Yeah, we're just gonna have him win. I'm just 12 minutes. This is a heel matchup too, so we're gonna have it be storytelling. We're gonna do Victor Ortiz, open match, Tainted. Here we'll do manager interference. All right, so no interference from the Death Riders, but Latin Mafia do cheat. Okay. God, every time I look at the notes, it freezes the stream, and I have to like, I don't know, I have to re-enter the stream again on my the Twitch app. It's really annoying. All right, then the next segment, I know what it is. Adam Page is going to come out. It's been, I believe, a week since he was brutally attacked by... Yeah, it's been a week since he was brutally attacked by the world champion, Cody. He had his head bashed with a chair. So yeah, he's going to come out and cut a real serious, somber promo about how, you know... Oh, I just hit my foot. Ow. He's gonna cut a serious promo about how, you know, Cody Rhodes attacked me with a chair, and you know, I'm not gonna mince words with you guys. I sustained a concussion, and I was advised by the medical personnel backstage in AEW to take at least 90 days from the ring, from in-ring competition. And that's what they told me. And the crowd, they're going to be like, boo. But Adam Page is going to be like, but unfortunately, I can't do that. And the crowd's going to start cheering, yeah. And he's going to say, I can't do that because now more than ever, I know that I have to win the world championship. I have to save this company from Cody Rhodes, and I have to give you guys, the fans, the champion that you deserve. We'll talk about MJF too. Second part. Be the workers. Somebody outside is screaming in pain. Anyways, we're gonna have the world champion Cody Rhodes is gonna come out, flanked by his merry men, MJF, Jonah Rock, and Tom Lawler. And Cody Rhodes basically gonna come out and say, like, Hangman Page, I am sick and tired of hearing you come out and whine and complain and say that I don't deserve this championship. I earned this championship, and I'm gonna keep it at all costs. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. So, and that's why we're gonna come down there right now. We're gonna finish the job. All right, so oh no, Adam Page is being attacked yet again. And he shouldn't even be here. Actually, he shouldn't even be getting into fights. He's he's sustained the concussion recently. What is he to do? We'll have Cody working the crowd. Oh wait. The lights go out and they turn on, but they like slowly build up a bunch of purple lights, and suddenly the Dark Order appears. Or actually, no, I think that's a better idea. The ring is surrounded, on all sides. We've got Cody on one side, MJF, Jonah Rock, Tom Lawler. They're all about to close in on Hangman like a bunch of sharks. Lights go out, lights come back on. The Dark Order is in the ring. They're in the ring protecting Hang. Chris Brooks and Tracy Williams. Tracy Williams in an angle with the world champion and Hangman Page. Good for him, man. Ultramantis Black working the crowd. All right, we're gonna have this part be 2 minutes so it can allow time for basically this is gonna happen. Cody and MJF and all of them are gonna see the Dark Order protecting Hangman, and they're gonna go, oh man, and they're gonna angrily grumble away. Hangman, I get you next time, Hangman. Ooh. Dark Order protect. All right, we ran out of characters. All right. So, do we want to open the show with this? Maybe we have it in like the middle of the show. All right. So, I believe that's all for our planned show. But we can figure some stuff out. I want to do Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega versus CM Punk and Swerve. We should definitely do something to set this match up. see. All right, we actually haven't booked Kenny Omega since his match with Bryan Danielson and then the segment after where they got attacked. So how about we do a promo with Kenny and Bryan Danielson, and we'll just have CM Punk and Swerve come out, and Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega will challenge them to a tag match. Kenny Omega character development. Are we gonna have both of them come out? I feel like they don't both need to come out, but maybe we just do Kenny Omega come out first. He can talk about Punk. He can talk about Swerve, Don Callis, and of course Bryan Danielson. He's gonna talk about their 70 rated match. The people are kind of like it, you know. It's pretty good. Foreshadowing, boom. All right, then we're gonna have Punk. You know, CM Punk hears Kenny Omega in the ring talking about him, and he doesn't like that at all. So he's gonna come out. He's pissed. Um, he's definitely gonna try to bury Kenny Omega. Like, you know, you couldn't beat me the last time we wrestled. You lost to Bryan Danielson. You know, face it, Kenny Omega. You yourself have proved what I've been saying this whole time that you're a fraud. We're gonna also do Swerve Strickland character development, just even though he's actually just standing there, but you know, he has good promo skills. Don Callis, background. All right, so they come out now. Everybody's mad. All right, and then 2 minutes hype. We're gonna have Bryan Danielson come out. And yeah, maybe we have Bryan Danielson suggest, like, you know, Swerve, I already told you, you know, that if you want a match at the pay-per-view, all you have to do is ask. You know, I will gladly wrestle you for this championship at Revolution. But, you know, we've got a week to go until the pay-per-view. And we need to I like to stay active. I like to stay fresh, you know, and keep myself in ring shape. So how about I propose a tag team match? Me and Kenny Omega team up for the first time ever. I don't even know if that's true. Versus CM Punk and Swerve Strickland, and then of course they're gonna accept the match. Okay. All right, so that's kind of a big angle. I was thinking about having Punk and Swerve like have a tag team match and to set it up instead, but then I was like, oh, but Kenny Omega literally hasn't appeared on the show since he got attacked. So yeah, angle. All right, what else can we do? Eddie Kingston is back. We should definitely just give him a promo, right? Even though he cut one already on that show. Six minutes. We'll call this character development. All right, 6 minutes. Eddie Kingston is backstage with Ray Phoenix. and they are talking to Melissa Santos. And this is basically just more of the same old Eddie Kingston shtick, where he's like, me and John Moxley, we're not best friends, we're not buddies, we don't hang out or anything. But right now, me and John Moxley, we both hate Latin Mafia. We both want to kick Andrade's ass. We both want to kick Penta's ass. And at the pay-per-view, that's what we're gonna do. Tease, Black Burst, and who else from Latin Mafia am I putting in the match? I wrote Garza with a question mark. Sure, why not? Let's get Garza in. Big match Garza. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Oh, what if you're what if your enemy is with the enemy of your enemy? All right, I'll stop. We definitely want some ladies action on the show. Let's do a Bianca Belair match, maybe. We also need to set up some sort of women's tag team match, or women's tag title match for the pay-per-view. I haven't forgotten that those exist. How about we do here? Let's do. Is it too heavy-handed to just do a 4-way tag team match and say, the winner gets a tag title shot at the pay-per-view? Is that too much? Is that too blunt? I think that might be exactly what we're about to do. I keep clicking local worker when I mean to hit bar. All right, give me Sari. And give me Roxy. All right, 4-way women's tag team match for the #1 contendership. We've got AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm. We've got Hikaru Shida and Mika Iwata. We've got Mia Yim and Kagetsu. And we've also got Sari and Roxy. All right. Who do we want to wrestle? Naomi and Mickey James. Oh man. There's part of me that really wants to give it to Odeyo Tai, but I know that AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm are just way more over than them, unfortunately. Like, yeah, she's Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, and they are the former champs, and they lost the belts in a 3-way match. All right, we're gonna give it to AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm. Fine. We're gonna have Nikki Storm pin. We're gonna have Nikki Storm pin Roxy. Open match. I'm kind of tempted to tell them to steal the show and just see what happens. So you know what? Well, let me not get carried away. Let's see what other matches we have on the show, and we'll decide. All right. All right. I feel like we're kind of just spinning our wheels to the pay-per-view, honestly. We're redoing a lot of like promos we've already done, but how about another backstage segment with Trish and Bianca Belair? All right, so I guess at this point, Trish Stratus, she's been kind of talking to Bianca Belair over these past few weeks and trying to get in her ear, telling her that, questioning her, saying, "How come you're not the champion?" Basically. Yeah, so at this point, we're gonna have Trish straight up go up to Bianca Belair and be like, do you really think that Hannah Kimura is a better wrestler than you, Bianca Belair? Do you really think that you couldn't take that championship from her with ease? And I don't know, let's have Denise Salcedo there too. Let's show some love to the interview squad. We could also have Trish bring up the fact that the last time we did Hannah Kimura versus Bianca Belair one-on-one, it was a number one contenders match for to face Awesome Kong, and Hannah Kimura actually won. So maybe we could have Trish bring that up and be like, the last time you wrestled Hannah Kimura, you lost to her. So, if you can't beat her, then I guess you don't have to challenge for the championship. But all I'm saying is, I think you've got a good shot. All right, we still need 40 more minutes. The Hangman promo, we should probably have that open the show. If we're gonna do the main event as the Young Bucks and the Fatus, we should probably have the Fatus cut a promo too, since we did one for the Young Bucks. Let's do that. Let's give them 3 minutes. Backstage tease. Damn it, which one's better? I'm gonna have to check every time until I remember. Okay, so Joshua is Jay. Dude, I'm about to just change their names to fucking Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso. I keep forgetting which one is which. Alright, so anyways, Jonathan is Jimmy. And Joshua is Jay. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna give him a backstage interview with Renee Paquette, talking about the dream match with the Young Bucks. All right, they're ready to settle the debate. They're like, for many years we were working in that other big promotion up north, and people would come up to us after the shows or outside, and they would say, well, what do you guys think about this team or that team? What do you think about the Young Bucks? And all those years we wondered what would happen if we got the chance to step in the ring together. Well, tonight we finally get to see what happens. We finally get to settle the debate. We finally get to show that we are the best tag team in the world. Yeet. Sorry, I had to. I got too into it. I had to. No, nobody unsubscribed. I'm gonna move this here. Can we look at the tournament brackets actually? All right, the Young Bucks have 2 matches left. FTR only have their match against the Young Bucks. The Fatus have the Young Bucks and the Kingdom left. And yeah, those are actually the only matches left. Okay. Um. So yeah, let's have FTR cut a promo too. Yeah, their promo is gonna be very simple. It's just them saying like, Young Bucks, we got you next. So don't get too banged up in your match. You wouldn't want to come into our match hurt and have excuses when we beat you. Dude, Denise, Dax, Cash, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. And let's have them also mention um the Fatus because remember they lost to them in their first match in the tournament. So they definitely want want the chance to get some get back. They want to get their lick back on these guys. So let's swap these. 34 more minutes. Let me see. We got one match, two, three. Do we really only have 3 matches? That's that's interesting. All right, let's do. We're trying to do like a thing where Eddie Kingston is back, but he's still injured technically. Like he still has a big cast on his arm. So I'm not gonna put him in a match. John Moxley just had a singles match. We could have Andrade squash somebody maybe, but I don't. I would rather just give him a promo. Oh, we don't have a steal the show. Is there a team that could steal the show with Kento Miyahara and Wagner maybe? I mean, there's Hijo del Fantasma and Laredo Kid. They're good. Or we could do Chris Ridgway is surprisingly over. So yeah, he's pretty over, and then we could do like him and Robbie Eagles maybe. Um, how over are you? Toxin and Latigo are also Toxin stats are not that great, but I feel like their matches are not that bad. Am I making this up? Oh well, this is a singles match. Toxin only got a 45, you say? It's got a 74. They're getting in the 40s. Never mind. Might have spoke too soon. All right, yeah, let's do Chris Ridgway and Robbie Eagles then. All right, so we've got non-tag league men's tag team action on the show. That was a lot to say. All right, we got Kento Miyahara and Dr. Wagner, the international connection, taking on the Fancy Bastards, Chris Ridgway and Robbie Eagles from ROH. And I mean, we're gonna. I mean, it's kind of weird to put Kento Miyahara in a steal the show match, but I feel like he's so good that it'll probably work out anyways. So yeah, steal the show. We're gonna have Wagner get the win, actually. All right, we're gonna hold off on using that Kento Miyahara near certainty idea until next week, I think. Because yeah, we're gonna do Wagner versus Ishii, and we're gonna call that a number one contenders match. Which I'm just making up in my head that Tomohiro Ishii won some kind of match in New Japan to qualify for this opportunity. All right, yeah, 19 more minutes. And we still need a yeah, we need a fucking wild brawl. Who can brawl? We could. I think Jimmy Jacobs is a good brawler. We could have Jimmy Jacobs just beat somebody, just randomly show up and win a match, just for the commentators to be like, Jimmy Jacobs also in the Revolution Rumble. He's a good brawler, but he's not as good as Brody King, actually. So maybe we do Brody King with Jimmy Jacobs at ringside. Oh wait, faces only, men. Man, I've been jobbing Chris Hero lately, but Brody King versus Chris Hero doesn't sound bad. Does not sound bad. Yeah, we're gonna do manager interference finish. Is Jimmy Jacobs his manager? I'm not even sure about that. Jimmy Jacobs and Punishment Martinez at ringside. Yeah, so that could be the story for why this match is happening at all. The commentators are going to talk about how the end time, they're a strong force in this company, and if all three of them are in the Revolution Rumble, that could be some that they could cause some real trouble. All right, we only need 5 more minutes to proceed. We definitely are gonna get a John Moxley promo in there. And I might do, even though we had Cody and MJF in this segment, we might just have them do a second promo. Why did I click the results? I don't know. I think that was just out of habit. All right, 4 minutes backstage. John Moxley. John Moxley is basically just gonna agree with what Eddie Kingston said earlier and be like, yeah, you know, me and Eddie Kingston, we're not best friends, but I guess we can team up. Cause fuck those Latin Mafia guys, right? Andrade off screen, Penta. Here. I only need one more minute. All right, I'm gonna do a backstage segment with Cody and MJF where of course Cody and MJF are gonna be really pissed and embarrassed. They're gonna feel like they got punked out by Dark Order. So basically the gist of this promo is that MJF's like, you guys think you're so scary, you know, you just have a lot of guys, you know. I can go out and get guys too, you know. I can pay some guys. Yeah, we're foreshadowing that they're gonna have more security. And Ultimate Splat. That's here. All right, this is a good looking Dynamite. We kind of had to do a bit of work to make it come together, but I think we got it. Brody King versus Chris Hero is a very fucking random match. Kento and Wagner versus Chris Ridgeway and Robbie Eagles, also incredibly random. Oh yeah, and this women's four-way tag team match. Man, the whole middle section of the show is just cobbled together. It's just kind of a big opening, tag league match, Eddie Kingston promo, filler, John Moxley promo. But it should be a good show. And if this main event hits, like I hope it does, I think we're going to be looking at another high 80s episode of Collision, potentially a 90. You know, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the Fatus did get a 91 with FCR. So I wouldn't be shocked if they scored at least a 90 with the Young Bucks. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping this episode gets a 90. Let's see. Ooh, okay. All right, Jonah Rock, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Chris Brooks, and Ultraman Black all performed poorly in this segment. And it's still got an 84. Damn. All right, that's how over Adam Page and Cody Rhodes are. The segment was still good. All right. Beer Money and Latin Mafia have a surprisingly good storytelling match in the All Elite Tag League B block. And of course, Latin Mafia, they steal the win. You know, this is a battle of two Rudo teams. Man, James Storm really, really bringing down Bobby Roode. All right, we've got the recently returned Eddie Kingston cutting a promo backstage, and man, the crowd's white hot at the end of this. They love this promo. It only got a 75 though. Oh Jesus Christ! In a decent wild brawl, Brody King defeated Chris Hero with a Gonzo bomb. Damn. All right, thanks for coming, Hero. Very random match indeed, but it gave the commentators an excuse to talk about the end time and say that they'll be in the Revolution Rumble. All right, we've got a backstage segment with an embarrassed Cody Rhodes. He's furious. He can't believe that the Dark Order could embarrass him like that, and he demands that we get more security around here. You know, 2 guys isn't enough. We need more. Ooh, the Usos promo bombs. All right, I did not expect this to happen. But hopefully this isn't a sign of what's to come for the main event. Hopefully this is just a bad promo, and that's it. All right, incredibly random fatal 4-way women's tag team match for a shot at the women's tag team championships at Revolution. Yeah, we had the former champs go over just because yeah, they're the most over, so it makes sense. Sari really hanging in there with everybody in this match. Roxy not so much, but she'll get there. She'll get there. All right, we got a backstage segment with Trish Stratus once again trying to get in Bianca Belair's ear, and it seems to be working. Bianca Belair seems receptive to the things that Trish Stratus is saying. All right, we get a mediocre promo from FTR. You guys, please, you got to stop making the storyline lose heat before our big main event. Come on, guys, please. I mean, it's too late. All right, we've got Kento Miyahara and Wagner Trasedo reuniting to take on the ROH team, Chris Ridgway and Robbie Eagles, the Fancy Bastards, in a match that gets an 80. Solid match. Solid match. It was kind of carried by Kento and Wagner, which is exactly what I expected when I booked this. But hey, you know, it's not a bad thing. Oh, and you know what? I don't think Dr. Wagner is in the international titles. We don't even have an international title storyline, man. So we could have started it on that good match. But we didn't. All right. That's definitely on me. All right, goofed it. All right, 88 promo from John Moxley. He's not wrestling on this show, but we still needed him to carry it. Thank you, John. All right, and then we get what in my mind is a huge segment. We've got Kenny Omega cutting a promo at first. He's interrupted by CM Punk and Swerve Strickland and Don Callis. And then we get Bryan Danielson out there basically saying, like, you know, there's I've already said I'm gonna wrestle Swerve. Why don't we have a tag team match as a warm up for the pay per view? Yeah, of course, Don Callis, CM Punk, and Swerve, they accept. Yeah, big match coming up. All right, and then our 20-minute time limit draw between the Young Bucks and the Fatus got an 80. All right, I would only say this is slightly underwhelming because the the Fatus versus FTR did so well. But maybe the storyline losing heat from both of those promos had something to do with it. Potentially. Either way though, 80, not a bad match. But yeah, that also means that both of these teams get only 1 point for this match. So yeah, that could play into the ending scenarios of the tournament. All right, 84 episode, not quite as good as we did last time, but still a very good, respectable support. All right, we made $2 million. That's great. We gained a bunch of popularity. All right. John Moxley has a new catchphrase. Oh boy. Oh man, I like his old catchphrase though. R.I.P. I'm gonna break your neck. Damn, we need to come up with something new for him to say that's funny. I'm open to suggestions. All right, 9.8 million people watched the show. Great. Did we beat NXT? Oh, 75. Dude, all right, man. It's like they're not even trying. All right, and for once, I actually remembered that Dark was coming up, so I'm not going to be surprised when the booking screen shows up. Let's advance. I'm thinking because Dark is recorded on Friday and airs on Saturday, and I want Tomohiro Ishii to wrestle Wagner Thaceto on either Dynamite or Collision. So let's go ahead and try to borrow him. I might do a talent trade for him and try to get him for 4 appearances so we can book him on or well actually he only let's see. All right, so Dark is filmed this day, but then it's going to air this day. Oh, and then the next one would actually air on the same day as Revolution. Okay. All right. We're just gonna borrow him the normal way. Never mind. Why was Sammy Guevara fine? He got into a heated argument with a fan. All right, well, yeah, I take the fan side. I would like to go on record and just say that. Mike Rowe potentially leaving WWE. Is this guy worth signing? Oh, is this guy like I thought he was a commentator, but I guess not. Maybe he's like an announcer or something, like a ring announcer or a backstage interviewer, maybe. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get Ishii in here for the start. All right. All right, AEW Dark Time. Let's go. All right, Southeast, as per usual. Right, 2,700. I feel like we went to this Memphis, Tennessee place last time. So is there anywhere else? We can go to New Orleans, sure. Hikaru Shida and Dax Harwood have been hanging out. That is an interesting combination. See, now I'm imagining like Dax Harwood and Hikaru Shida just sitting on a couch, cracking open some beers, watching like Monster Truck Rally. Walter has been hanging out with Dragon Lee. Okay. Thunder Rosa, creative finish idea. Davina, Cody. Okay. All right, it's time for AEW Dark. Who is Tomohiro Ishii going to beat? I want somebody who can brawl, who is not Colt Cabana also. Oh, Ishii versus Dragunov. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's what we're doing. All right, that didn't take long. All right, Tomohiro Ishii versus Ilya Dragunov. What a match. Also, I may have commented on this before when I've booked Ishii, but yeah, you see here he's a heel. For whatever reason, he has the 100% heel attribute, and I don't get that at all. Like I know part of his character is that he's like grumpy and mean, but I wouldn't say he was like ever a heel. Like, or not that I remember, like not during like his time in like Chaos 2021, 2020. I wouldn't say he was a heel at all. But anyways, we're gonna have these guys have a wild brawl. And the winner will be Ishii. All right. And I also said I want to book the I want Evil Act. All right, suddenly. Sorry, I glitched out there for a second. I think I still am. I want the Dark Order to get a win. That's all I'm trying to say. I want the Dark Order to get a win. Oh, see, the issue is the Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are both unimportant. What if I have them wrestle like Laredo Kid and Phantasma? Are these two recognizable if I borrow them? Oh, yes, they are. Oh, my. All right, this is a pretty fun match then. All right, the re-push of the Dark Order begins right now. Both of them are more so brawlers. I was gonna tell them to steal the show, but maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just have them have a match. And let's have Evil Uno get the win. Laredo Kid is extremely unhappy. Oh, fuck. Come on, dude. What if we have Phantasma get pinned? Oh, okay. Phantasma's cooler than Laredo Kid. Oh, well, that's good to know. I don't know which one of these matches I want to main event. I feel like these two guys are really good, and I feel like weirdly, I feel like in both of these matches, the ROH people are probably gonna do better. Like, actually, how over is Ishii? He's somewhat over. Yeah, but he's one of these people that's banged up. He kind of looks like a hot dog. Anyways, let's do some. Let's do a women's match. All right, these are not women. Okay. All right, give me Jamie Hayter and give me Suri. We're gonna have to use Suri as much as we can before she leaves for that MMA fight. But yeah, let's do 3-on-3. Let's do Trinity. God, I keep blooming. I keep booking the women's tag team champions on Dark. I'm evil. All right, let's do Trinity, Mickey James, and Davina Rose taking on B Priestley, who's not a heel, but shh, nobody's saying. Shiori and Jamie Hayter. This match actually sounds like fucking pretty sick. Or well, at least this team does. We're gonna have Trinity get the win. B Priestley is someone I was looking at earlier. I should probably just put her in Dev, honestly, because she's got good stats. The only problem is she's not really over. So I feel like if we just send her to Dev for a while, maybe she can gain a little bit of popularity and we can bring her back. But anyways, yeah, I like this trio actually. All right, there you go. We need some promos. So before the match, how about we get a classic Trinity and Mickey James promo? And we can have Davina talk too, whatever. And we'll also have Renee talk. Why not? Oh yeah, they're cutting a promo on AJ and Nikki. Oh yeah, I definitely shouldn't be booking the women's tag champs to exclusively appear on Dark. We definitely need to address that at some point in the future. All right, character development. Let's do a promo for. I was thinking of doing the Dark Order, but I don't want to keep having them cut promos and they're just taking away heat from the world title storyline. So maybe we don't do that. Oh, the storyline's cold. That's no good. We can. How about we just try giving Walter a promo on Dark and seeing if it goes well. This is just more of Walter talking about his big plans. He's like, I'm gonna go to Revolution. I'm gonna break AJ Styles' neck the same way I did Will Ospreay's, and then I'm gonna go into the Revolution Rumble. I'm gonna eliminate all 30 other guys, and then I'm gonna go on to Double or Nothing, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of whoever has the championship. All right, I've got 4 more minutes. Who do I want to talk for 4 minutes? Can we look? We've been so focused on this block. I feel like, what's going on in this one? The Briscoes only have one match left against the Motor City Machine Guns, and Ortiz and Black Taurus only have a match left against Pac and Shingo. Damn, we're really coming down to it. Let's give the Briscoes a promo. All right, so we're gonna have them cut a promo where they're gonna talk about how they're so close. The only team standing in their way between, or standing in the way between them and winning their block are the Motor City Machine Guns. All right, there you go. 55 minutes. Decent looking episode of Dark. I can't even predict these, honestly. I feel like I always expect them to do better than they do. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, the Dark Order make a rare tag team appearance, and they get a win over El Hijo de Fantasma and Laredo Kid. Yeah, we're trying to get these guys back in the mix. Especially, if they're gonna team with Hangman Page, I would like for them to at least have one win under their belt recently, so it makes a little bit of sense. We're gonna have them main eventing the Go Home show. All right, 62 though, not bad at all. Ooh, great promo from the women's tag champs and Davina. The promo, they're like, why the fuck are we on Dark? They're talking about how Tony Khan's sexist. All right, we got women's trios action. Trinity, Mickey James, and Davina Rose defeat the trio of B. Priestley, Shiori, and Jamie Hayter. B. Priestley was off her game. I'm surprised that she doesn't have ring rust because I cannot remember the last time I ever booked her. All right, but 60, not terrible. Ooh, the Briscoes kind of cooked. 73. All right, yeah, so they're really feeling it, they're fired up. They're close. They're close to reaching the end of the tournament. They want it bad. 73. All right, and Walter lays out his plans. He's gonna beat up AJ Styles. He's gonna win the Revolution Rumble. 79. Oh, and 64 main event. See, this is always what happens. I book a match like this where, in my mind, I'm like, this is a surefire thing. This is a surefire thing. We've got Tomohiro Ishii, we've got Ilya Dragunov in a wild brawl. How could this possibly be bad? But only a 64. Also, yeah, as I guessed, Ilya Dragunov better than the Ishii in the match. All right. 69, man. None of the matches were that good. Only the promos were good. Huh. Well, all right. Let's book another one. There's a weirdly timed episode of Dark, so it's like because it's gonna air the same day as the pay-per-view. But we're already planning pre-show matches, so we can't pretend that this is the pre-show. So we're gonna just kind of book whatever. I feel like we'll just have this be like a non-canon dark. So who wants to wrestle in the non-canon dark? Oh, MJF can beat somebody. We need like a tough baby face that he can beat and feel good about. Yeah, we've got tough guys, but they're all heels. I don't know, man. He can wrestle Wheeler Yuta, whatever. Yeah, we can give him 12 minutes. I'm just gonna book him to win, and we're gonna make sure that his security guards are out there. Although it doesn't make sense because by this point of the storyline, he would already have the extra guys, presumably. There is a chance that they just don't accept the contracts before the pay-per-view for whatever reason. All right, so there's an MJF match. How about whatever. How about we do a best friends match? We're gonna do the best friends versus Angelico, Jack Evans, and Psycho Clown. Let's go ahead and put over Orange Cassidy. Why not? All right, we've got time for one more. So let's. Who should it go to? Lady Maravilla. I kind of forget that I signed her, and she has a decent amount of pop already. So she might be ready to be called up to the main roster soon. Anyways, let's. Oh, I didn't actually grab them. Lady Flamer and Lady Maravilla. All right, so they're gonna face the wrath of Odeo Dai. Once again, we're gonna do Mia and Rina because Kagetsu refuses to work dark. Oh, Rina's injured. All right, how about we do Konami? We'll have Mia Yim get the win. Tainted. We're gonna do. Where's Distraction? Why can I never? There we go. All right, we're gonna have Lady Maravilla distracted by Hazuki. All right, we're gonna give 1 more minute to this. It's main event. All right, we need 12 more minutes. All right, we'll give MJF a promo before his match. Why not? I guess at this point they know he's gonna wrestle Brody Lee, so we'll have him just cut a promo on him. We'll also add Adam Page and Cody. Just it's all tied into one storyline. Yeah, he's gonna expose him. He's gonna expose him for a fraud. You're not a real exalted one. What does that even mean? We'll give him 6 minutes. Why not? It's dark. You can talk as long as you want, buddy. Let's give AJ Mendez and Nikki Cross a promo since I guess they're the number one contenders now. RJ City, this is your job. Trinity and Mickey James. Davina Rose is someone not really doing anything, and that breaks my heart, man. There was a point in time in this save where I was literally calling her the ace, like the ace, not of the women's division, of the company. I was like fully behind Davina. She was cutting some of our best promos and putting on some of our best matches. And yeah, since we've taken the title off of her, she's just kind of been doing nothing. Kind of makes me sad, To be fair though, we had to get the title off of her to give other people a chance to get over. If we just kept the belt on her and she just kept beating everyone, it's like, would Hannah Kimura have gotten over? Would Awesome Kong have gotten Awesome Kong was already over, but they definitely gained popularity from being the champion for so long. Anyways, this is not a Davina promo, it's AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm. All right, we're gonna do a 3-minute comedy segment where Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy realize that they're both gonna be in the Revolution Rumble also, and yeah. Where's Trent? There he is. Maybe Orange Cassidy says he's gonna be in the Rumble first, and then Chuck Taylor's like, "Oh, I'm also in it." And Orange Cassidy's gonna be like, "Oh, but if it comes down to me and you got my back, right?" And Chuck Taylor's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You've got my back too, right?" And Orange Cassidy's kind of gonna make a face and be like, "Yeah." Like very, very clearly planning on eliminating him if he gets the chance. All right, here we go. Once again, another episode of Dark. 55 minutes exactly. I don't know, man. We have to keep trying, right? MJF is a star. He's very over. Wheeler Yuta is also pretty good. They've got to get at least a 70, right? Right. I don't know what's going on with Dark, where it seems like everybody just fucking takes it easy, I guess, and nobody wants to have a good match on Dark. But please, for the love of God, somebody have at least a 70 match on Dark, please. All right, all right. These guys came damn close. The best friends get a win over the Hybrid 2 and Psycho Clown. This feels like a match straight out of like first AAA, you know. AAA where the best friends somehow ended up there. All right, and then their little bit after the match got a 62. Ooh, all right. Odeotai versus Lady Flamer and Lady Maravilla gets a 60 because Lady Flamer and Lady Maravilla don't really work well as a team. That's kind of unfortunate. But what can you do, right? All right, backstage promo with AJ Mendez, Nikki Storm, and RJ City gets a 75. Nice work. Nice work from the former champs. Also, we've just kind of quietly dropped Max the Impaler from the equation. I definitely signed them way too early. They've got no stats. We can't do anything with them other than have them be intimidating. So yeah, we're just gonna pretend it's these two now. Or we're not gonna pretend Max was never there, but we're just not gonna bring them up again. MJF cut an 87 promo on Dark. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Maybe he will beat Brody Lee. Maybe he will. Oh, in a 72 main event. All right. Oh, they have great chemistry. It turns out MJF was the savior we were looking for this whole time. You know, Tomohiro Ishii and Ilya Dragunov, bad match. MJF, Wheeler Yuta, good. All right. 75 Dark. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. That's more like we made $4,000. Hell yeah. All right. So let's take a look. What's going on in the world of TEW? Loki bonds of Matt Riddle. Oh God. Oh my God. Please, please, man. I'm such a Loki apologist too that it like makes me sad every time I see people say things about him that are just true, that are just facts. It's like, oh man, this guy used to be so sick. All right, Josh Alexander, you're coming in as a face, or excuse me, you're coming in as a heel, and you're putting on a suit. All right, we're gonna try to advance till Monday, and hopefully Jeff Cobb accepts that contract before then. And then yeah, we'll be good to go next time. Angel de Oro. His contract's coming up. Isn't this guy? Oh, he's only 32. Oh. He's kind of in his prime. I mean, he's got good stats. He's actually more over than I thought. Damn. All right, you know what? We're partners with CMLL. We don't have to go poaching their roster though, right? We don't have to steal anybody unless they're not gonna offer him a contract. Oh no, they did. Okay. Just checking. I mean, hey, if you guys ever want to let go of Bobodo Cavanagio, though, I'll take him. Oh, Dragon Lee and Ultimo Dragon's time with CMLL has come to an end. Let's see what matches they had. Let's see. Oh, Dragon Lee had some good ones. 79, Dragon Lee and Templario defeated Volador Jr. and Rouge. Pegaso, Rouge, and Hechicero defeated Sonic, Dragon Lee, and Volador Jr. They really like this Dragon. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say they liked the team of Dragon Lee and Volador Jr., but they were on opposite sides of these matches. Oh, and then he's teaming with Rouge here. All right, so there's just no continuity here. They were just randomly looking at guys backstage and throwing them in there. It seems. But yeah, he had a bunch of good matches. 79. Wow. Dragon Lee, he should be coming back soon. You know, the last time we saw him in our storyline, he was crucified. Katarina Waters has left AEW. It's a sad day. We no longer have our women's jobber. Sad day. You know, I'm actually I'm like less upset about this than I am that Tessa Blanchard quit so quickly. We didn't get to job her out as much as I like, or I would have liked to. Let's see what Ultimo Dragon was doing. I had a couple of good matches too. This one got a 74. All right, well, glad to have him back. Hey, and Jeff Cobb is here. Great. All right, we're just gonna advance this one last day, and then that's gonna do it for this episode and do it for this stream. Because yeah, we're just past 3 hour mark. It's 3 hours and 50 seconds and counting. So I think this was a nice, productive stream. We got off to a bit of a slow start at first because because I completely forgot about the Revolution Rumble. I'm glad I at least remembered it before the pay-per-view, because you know I don't want to start a yearly tradition and then forget on the second year. So yeah, I'm glad we actually remembered. But yeah, that meant we got off to a slow start this stream, but we at least made it through a full week of shows. We did Collision, Dynamite, and we booked our 2 episodes of Dark, which means that next week we're just gonna have we're not gonna have to worry about Dark next week. So we're gonna have Collision, Dynamite, and then Revolution. There we're finally made it to the home stretch. Finally. You know, if it wasn't for Dark, we probably could have even made it farther. But yeah, you know, as it turns out, there is Dark. Mojo Rawley dating Dasha Fuentes. All right, I don't care about either of these people. Why did I even click that? Is there anything interesting before I go? Walter Poundstone, excuse me. I'm gonna assume this is a auto-generated guy, because what kind of name is Walter Poundstone? And this also looks like an auto-generated person, so I'm not even gonna check their stats. All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode of All Elite again. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like on the video. You can leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and you can catch me on Twitch at @amigo. And please, I'm just gonna say this one more time. Next week is going to be a big episode because we're gonna be booking AEW Revolution. So that's coming up next time. You know what? Actually, before I get out of here, let's do a quick final rundown. Final rundown of the card. All right, starting all the way from the bottom, the pre-show. We're gonna have an international championship qualifier. This is an 8-man scramble type match. We've got Barbado Cavernario, Volador Jr., Colt Cabana, Ilya Dragunov, Chris Ridgway, Kip Sabian, Koji Iwamoto, and Joe Doring in this match. So that should be fun. In this pre-show match, I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to change it and throw in FTR and the Fatus instead. But tentatively, this match, we're going to do the Best Friends, which is including Orange Cassidy, teaming with the Motor City Machine Guns to take on the Kingdom, Beer Money, and Minoru Suzuki. And then this, we're just going to do this now. All right, and then opening the pay-per-view, Anarchy in the Arena. We've got Eddie Kingston, John Moxley, Pac, Shingo, and Rey Fenix going up against the Latin Mafia team of Andrade, Ortiz, Penta, Black Taurus, and Garza. And then we've got a personal grudge match. AJ Styles looking to get revenge for Will Ospreay as he takes on Walter for a second time. Walter is 1-0 in the series. He looks to make it a clean sweep. All right, and then after that, we're going to have MJF taking on the leader of the Dark Order, Brody Lee. MJF has repeatedly claimed that he's not afraid of the Dark Order. We'll see how that holds up when he's face-to-face with Brody Lee. Then we've got the AEW Prime Championships up for grabs. Bryan Danielson is going to be taking on Swerve Strickland in a rematch. So let's go ahead and put 2 here. And a rematch of their past match. And he looks to defend the title. The Women's Championship match, we actually haven't set this up yet, but yeah, Bianca Belair has to officially turn heel, and she's going to challenge Hana Kimura for the Women's Championship. The AEW International Championship is going to be on the line. Kento Miyahara is going to defend against his very own tag team partner, Wagner Tracedo. We're gonna set that up next week too. The finals, don't want to spoil that. We're gonna see the AEW All Elite Tag League finals. We've got a huge rematch, CM Punk, Kenny Omega 2. I don't think we've officially set this up, actually, so we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to remember to set that up. And then, of course, the yearly tradition that we never forgot about, the Revolution Rumble, will take place. And then rounding out the card is our big World Championship match. Cody Rhodes is going to defend the belt against Adam Page. So yeah, that's going to be our pay-per-view. It's going to be on the next stream. I hope to see you guys there. All right, thank you if you watched all this. Yeah. I feel like I've already done the outro, so all I'm going to say is I will catch you guys next time. Please take it easy. All right.